Hi, I'm Daniel. I'm a senior pastor and I give Ministry Platform 3 stars out of 5. And for more reviews like this, click below. In my context, I used Ministry Platform for a number of purposes. In a church context, we use Ministry Platform for children's ministry check-in, but we also used it for adult check-in for various ministry events that we had, various Bible studies to track attendance, to be able to know who was involved in our ministries and how to connect with them. We used it for giving purposes. We used it for tracking volunteers, everything from people in the church tracking what abilities they had, what gifts that they had, what talents they had, so we could best fit them in various ministry contexts. So I used it on a daily basis in a wide array of purposes and for various events. So what I like most about Ministry Platform is it could do virtually anything. And at the time with the Ministry Platform, our church could contact them and we could request, hey, we want Ministry Platform to do this. And they would tailor make it for our express purposes. So it really seemed to have no boundaries, and it was definitely not a set and forget and here's what it can do and that's it. Its abilities were really boundless, and so they would tailor make Ministry Platform for whatever needs we had, from check-in to volunteer management to giving. If we wanted something tweaked, it could be tweaked. And so if you're looking for a church management software that can do just about anything, Ministry Platform is probably the product that you want for that purpose. So, what I disliked about Ministry Platform is oftentimes this is the way it is with something that really has no bounds, that can do anything, that is not set and forget. It often is the most complicated, and so it required so much training on the user end. We had to have multiple trainings, and it seemed like as soon as we learned something, the processes to get into Ministry Platform to use it were very complicated, because it was so complex, because it could do anything. So the downside of that two-edged sword was it took so much time to train, to process, to implement. And it wasn't just training up front, it was training and ongoing training. And at times it felt, as an end user, and I wasn't the only one, it was a common complaint, is it required so much ongoing training and regular use because it was so complex just to get into. It kind of reminded me of in the early 90s of having to use DOS and having to type in code just to get into your computer. And so it seemed very much like that. And so probably great for someone who's very, very technologically savvy. But for most people, it was really complex. And then lastly, it's really for only very large churches. It's expensive. I think it starts around $600 a month. And so for you to use Ministry Platform, you need to be a big organization with a lot of employees who are well trained and can train others and know the back end of church management programs. So it's only for large organizations. It's very complex, and onboarding your people will take time and a lot of resources to do. So that's what I liked least about it, and that's why I give it 3 stars out of 5.